How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. It starts today. Actually, two big things are happening today, supposedly, that I want to go through. They can definitely affect the crypto markets. We also have some news about a massive amount of selling from the Blackrock ETF. I want to go through this, whether this is cause for concern, and I do have the It's Larry O'Clock hat here. So there are some links to this underneath the video, or I think it's on the little merch store underneath the video. But let's get into the video. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this. Also, there's a link underneath the video to Blofin. In case you want to trade crypto, I think now is a great time to be trading crypto. There's a lot of volatility, maybe not even day to day, but we see periods of massive moves. I mean, when you look at it, like Bitcoin moves more sometimes in a day than it was worth 5-6 years ago. So yeah, I think there's an insane amount of upside right now. And you can see we've been able to make life-changing gains as well from some of these long positions. And a lot of these are like relatively new in the last couple months. So definitely check out the link underneath the video to Blofin. We're also seeing some breakouts from altcoins. For example, let's look at XRP. We are right on the verge of a breakout with XRP. When you look at this recent downtrend, or this recent symmetrical triangle, we're very close. And we've already seen some breakouts on other altcoins. So if we move above this line, it might not be the worst idea. Of course, do your own research. This is extremely risky, all that kind of stuff, to put in a long position and then just put a stop loss below this line in case you get wicked down and we go right back below this. But we are seeing some breakouts on other altcoins, which I talked about in the last video, like Solana. Now, let's take a look at this. IBIT with its biggest outflow day ever yesterday with 332 million, about 0.7% of the total AUM. Eric Balkunis says it's all over. It's so over. So obviously he's being a little bit sarcastic there. This is a 0.7% move, which is significant, but also this move to the downside is less than we see on a good day on the upside. There's a while where we were seeing $500 million a day from the Blackrock ETFs, and now we're seeing a $332 million outflow. Is it cause for concern? I don't think so, but we'll have to continue to monitor this. We can have periods of outflows, and actually yesterday was a really good day for the rest of the ETFs. A lot of them had inflows. One thing that I could point to, and sorry if you're hearing a little bit of grunting, that is the Bitcoin baby here. One thing that I can point to, we have certain people that track these ETFs that are saying that BlackRock is delayed. So they think that inflow data was actually from the last day of the year, December 31. So it could be people taking profits, repositioning, and we could see a change for the rest of the year, or for the beginning of the year, There is a lot of volatility with these ETFs around end of year, with people trying to position themselves in it or take profits out of it, depending on their funds objectives, their hedge funds objectives, their pensions objectives, that kind of thing. Maybe they're rebalancing as well, just getting ready for the next quarter, and it performed very well, so maybe they're taking a bit of profits. According to this, FTX is going to start repaying their $16 billion to creditors starting today. Payments are expected within 60 days. A big chunk of that cash might flow back into crypto. The bull run just got its fuel. Buckle up. So I said in my last video that it was being returned in cash. I think it's being returned in stablecoin and cash. Basically, I'm just trying to say it's not crypto that people are getting back, right? It's not cryptos that are volatile, right? It's not like people are going to get a bunch of Solana tokens or XRP and then are going to want to just take profits out of it. No, it's already been sold, and now they're getting fuel. They're getting money that they can put into crypto, or maybe they just take it out, but it won't affect the crypto market if they just take it out of the stables or the cash that they're given. So right now, I don't know how fast this is going to be given to people. I'm sure that we'll hear about it when it starts being sent out. There'll be people on Twitter posting about it. And I do think a decent number of these people, or a decent amount of this cash, is going to come back into crypto. Right? People have been sitting on this. These are people that were invested years ago. They're probably not going to want to miss out on this bull run. They might take a little bit of profit or just take a little bit off the table, but we'll have to continue to monitor this. And usually these things do get delayed. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Take it with a grain of salt. Michael Saylor says Bitcoin is on the menu at Mar-a-Lago. Eric Trump says 2 friends, 1 passion, Bitcoin. So obviously a very strong likelihood that we get a strategic Bitcoin reserve with this kind of talk. Like Michael Saylor has known Eric apparently for 20 years. He wouldn't be saying Bitcoin is on the menu at Mar-a-Lago unless he thinks there's a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Right? I don't think he would say that. Also, Eric continues to talk about Bitcoin. He basically said the strategic reserve is coming. He thinks his dad's gonna make Bitcoin great and bring it into the White House, essentially. Mara Digital CEO Fred Thiel says, my recommendation to my kids, for example, is that they put a little bit away each month in Bitcoin, forget about it, and just watch it grow. This is pretty interesting. A good thought, actually. I've started to do that, and I know other people that have started to do that. Let's assume that Bitcoin appreciates by 20% annually for the next 40 years. It might have a hard time doing that 30, 40 years from now. I think it will. But also it compounds at 50% a year right now. So let's just take a return rate of 20%. If you put in $520 a year, so $10 a week, the ending balance would be $3.8 million. Again, that's going to be difficult because that is a long time span. I didn't even look to see what the market cap would be. But you can get a feel for how well this is going to return, right? Let's say it's just 20 years. Let's say Bitcoin does let's call it 25%. I believe that's what Saylor uses for his calculations. Investing $520 a year. So total contributions of just $10,400 would give you an ending balance of $178,000. That might be conservative compared to what Michael Saylor says, because he says that Bitcoin could go up to $13 million, which is 140x from here. Yeah, so if you put $1,000 in it today, he thinks you're going to have $140,000 worth of Bitcoin in 20 years. So who knows what's going to happen, but that is extremely bullish. And I think this is a decent way to think about it, right? Like maybe you want to, if you have a 529 plan, well, I don't think they oftentimes allow you to pick what you want to invest in, but maybe you have some kind of account that's set up for your kids. You could buy a little bit of Bitcoin, maybe buy a little bit of some of the other tech stocks, some of the other top growers, and you'll probably do well over time. Dennis Porter says today he will be announcing an ongoing effort to advance strategic Bitcoin reserve on the international scene. It's in South America. So he's going to be talking about this at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. And talking about, I don't even know what it is right now, but probably some kind of bill that's being put forward by some legislator to create a Bitcoin reserve, something like that, which, it seems really flashy when he talks about it. Then sometimes when you hear about it, you're like, okay, well, it's just someone putting forward a bill. But you have to remember, there are more and more politicians doing this, and over time, these bills will be signed into law, and people will start accumulating Bitcoin. Countries will start accumulating Bitcoin at a national level. We're already seeing people accumulate Bitcoin in a way without even knowing it. With the MSTR being added to the QQQ, a lot of people have Bitcoin now, or Bitcoin exposure in their portfolios, and they didn't even know about it. So it'll be interesting to see how this continues to change over time. I think this cycle is the cycle of Bitcoin reserves. Game theory's on. Let me know your thoughts on all this. Again, you can check out Blofin underneath the video. I think now's a great time to be trading. If you want to do it on Blofin, there's a link that also gives you some extra bonuses. Depending on how much everyone trades, you get a percentage of the trading fees. So definitely check that out underneath the video. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next one.